Is Security Breach still worth running anymore? After the nerfs, most players stopped unlocking it, but I wanted the real answers. So in this video, I tracked down over 100 security breaches, 70 in night raids, 30 in day raids to see what you can actually get and if it's still worth it after the nerf. Now there's 3 reasons why people are no longer using security breaches. The first is it's no longer guaranteed spawn. That means every match, you're not guaranteed to even find one. The second reason, it costs 36 skill points just to even get, which is a lot and a lot of players aren't willing to invest in that. And the last reason is most people now play PvP and a lot of people think security breaches don't really match that style. So I took the data from all 100 security breaches that I did and I put it into a chart to see what you guys can actually get and the percentages between day and night raids. So for night raids, what I actually got was 48% of all drops are gray, mostly ammo and just some things that are just okay. 21% are green, 23% are blue, and 8% are purple. And that's actually a really good rate for arc raiders, having 23 and 8% rates for blue and purple. So it is pretty good for blue and purple, especially the weapons. For weapons, night raids definitely are better than day raids. You can expect lots of green and blue weapons, level 2 Vendors, which are obviously like one of the best guns in the game. I was managed to find a bunch of. And you also have a solid chance at purple weapons, such as like I got a bunch of Tempest, purple shotguns, or you can just get high-end weapons like Renegades, Vendors, Ospreys, and then more. So yeah, I pulled lots of purple shotguns, Tempests, and a lot of weapons that were already level 2, which were nice. And if you guys need gun parts, night raids were really good. So I was able to get a ton of gun parts. Most of the gun parts you're gonna get are gonna be medium and complex, which I personally need medium the best. But you also get heavy gun parts and light gun parts still. 58% of them were medium and complex, and the rest were heavy and light. During day raids, medium and complex gun parts were down 12% to 46%, and heavy gun parts were up a little bit to 18%. So day raids give slightly more heavy gun parts, while night raids give far better total gun parts. Now, if you guys are looking for grenades and explosives, night raids also have a huge amount of them. So many special grenades like showstoppers, trailblazers, seekers, and even trigger grenades. And day raids, the grenades were mostly green and gray, like snap blast grenades, which aren't the best, but still can be usable. For weapons, in total for night raids, I got 45 weapons. A lot of them were, like I was saying, already level 2 in blue and purple, where in day raids I had more level 1s and fewer purples, and blues were showing up inconsistently. I got more unusable guns on day raids, like with 16% of them on day raids and only 11% on night raids. So night raids are going to be best for weapons, medium gun parts and complex gun parts, grenades, and blue plus purple farming. Now if you guys are looking for blueprints, neither of these really had too many. I was able to find one blueprint the whole time, I believe, and it was the medium gun part blueprint, which is a really rare and good blueprint, but only one is not really a good conversion rate. Now during day raids, you're better for just having a run in between your night raids, and it's decent for heavy parts, but in total you're gonna get more junk and worse color quality. So the main thing that you can expect from both these are going to be ammo. So from ammo, I got a total of 90, just all types for night raids, and for day raids I got 75. So it's more common on day raids to get ammo. So if you're looking for ammo, go there, just because you have a less likely pool to get higher tier weapons, so you get lower tier things like ammo. Then I was able to get 22 simple gun parts on day raids, and for night raids I was getting 55. Other things that are like aren't usable or good at all, like flashlights, tactical vests, and like sensors, I got 38 of those on day raids and 65 of them on night raids. So those are also pretty common as well. Total grenades, I got 85, and on day raids I got 45. However, the grenades I got on night raids were far better than the ones I got on day raids. Weapons that were usable, I got a total of 45 on night raids and 25 on day raids. Now, unusable and broken items, I got 35 on night raids and 22 on day raids. These are things like the broken tasers, quite a bit of those on day raids compared to night raids. So a good strategy to have is just mainly grind night raids if you guys are going to use security breaches. So last thing here is a simple breakdown. Night raids give about 1/3 blue or purple loot, which is really good, and day raids give about 1/5 blue or purple loot. Night raids favor weapons, grenades, and crafting parts, while day raids favor filler loot and occasional heavy parts. Now both these are really good if you're trying to get your money up. Now as you can tell, like each one of these, each security locker brings me at least 30,000 in value, and me doing 100 of them, I was even able to get 1,000,000 coins extra than when I started with. Now on average, I was able to loot 1 to 4 of these per game, but mainly it was just 1 to 2. I would go on Salamantis and Buried City. Those were the 2 I found to be the best, and I would use just the same format and route every time. On Salamantis and Buried City, I was able to find 4 at at max, but on average, I usually found 1 to 2. Even with the nerf of it not 100% spawning, most of the time they did spawn, and if not 100%, one of the 4 spawns would spawn. And since they nerfed them, a lot of people have stopped going for them, which means that a lot of times they're unlooted. Only a handful of times were they actually looted, and those were usually when I spawned in like 10 minutes late into a raid. This is the best skill tree that I found to be using if you do want to use security breach, as you still get most of the main things that a lot of pros use, but you also still get the security breach. This includes like turtle crawl you still get, and all the really important mobility things. The only thing that you're really missing out on is just what makes you crawl faster, which is very helpful, but if you want security breach, it's not super practical to have. But you still get a lot of the really good ones, like I said, turtle breach, loaded arms, which is also really good. Now, it's important to note that a lot of this is RNG based, so you might get better or worse loot than me. But what really stood out to me was during all these runs, the loot was still really consistent. Even when I did have really bad RNG, I still got pretty reliable and baseline values through gun parts, grenades, and just overall guns. So if you don't pull like a purple every time, you're still walking away with materials that will really help you upgrade your weapons and just help you progress even further. Also, using security breach is one of the best progression skills in the game. It really helps feeding in every system, as it helps with weapon upgrades and just getting weapons and then getting grenades and being ready for PvP. So even if your short-term luck is bad, your long-term luck is going to be much better as the RNG starts to level out. Now, the final question is if security breaches are actually worth it. And in my opinion, they are absolutely worth it, but only if you're doing the right ones. You got to be doing night raids mainly. If you guys are looking for any gun parts or any guns and you're running low, this is the best and easiest way to get stacked. After this run, I have an entire inventory basically of just level 4 guns that are really good. Now I don't have gear fear, as I have so many weapons that I've even been giving some away. If you only have time for a night raid here and there, I don't think it's worth it. But if you guys want to sit down and get your weapons and gear up, it is definitely a good way to do so. Now, if you guys want to try this out for yourself, this is the best way that I found to get the most security breaches quick. Now, this is the route I always take. The best map that I've been finding is Stellamontis, because I feel like it's really quick and easy to get 4 locations, and more than likely you're going to get 2 of them to spawn each and every time. So after you loot this first one in this tunnel, which is going to be right here, you can go up to this piece right here, and there can also be a spawn on this wall, which does proceed to spawn as well. So after that, what I like to do is usually I start at the top, because then you always end and export at this train. But since I did spawn on the bottom, I'm obviously going to hit those up first. What I like to do before I loot those 2 right there is I always call in the station. I'm able to run and get those and get back as soon as this train's going. So a lot of times it's lucky. So then you want to, depending on where you are again, but most of the time you're going to jump this right here. For this game, this thing's open, but if you jump right here, you can just shortcut through, but I'll just go around. Then there can be 2 spawns right here. One can be right there, and there can also be another spawn up here, which did spawn, but this one has been looted. If you guys don't spawn 10 minutes late into the raid, you most likely will have, this one will probably not be looted, but since I am 10 minutes late, it is looted. Now, for example, you guys can spawn like right here or just anywhere in assembly. There's another one up in assembly that I'll go and show you real quick. Now, the only time I ever go to the assembly one is if I spawn in assembly, because it's not worth the time to get over there and there's only 1 spawn. But so just for a recap on where all the spawns are, there's a spawn like right here, and then the other spawns are right here in lobby, just in this area, like right here. The spawn that is going to be for assembly is right in here. It's going to be the one next to the raider catch. Don't get it confused with this one over here. And yeah, it's also already been looted, but now I'm 15 minutes late into the raid. But so here's another spawn that you guys can get. Once you loot this one, if you do spawn in here, only if you spawn in here, is then you're gonna go down and you're going to hit this jump right here. But once you do get it, you'll be able to go up, and you want to start up and go like up here. If you guys found this information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and let me know down below what other things you want me to test. I'll see you guys next one. Thank you. See ya.